What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to ToonFlixZ Radio, aka one of the chillest radio stations here on underground YouTube. Yeah, this might be a solo episode today, unless one of the viewers want to say something, they want to call in on the station. So yeah. Actually, some of you might be wondering why I call it underground YouTube, as if it's some sort of club or something. No, if I'm being honest, underground YouTube to me just happens to mean like creators. Underground YouTube to me would often mean creators that just post on the platform for the sake of, posting, creating art, creating something that they'd want to come back to later and go, damn, I made that. And come to think of it, the term underground YouTube, it's not like a term that I've made up. I've actually heard it. I've actually seen someone use it on around smaller YouTube channels. It's kind of become like its own thing. I feel like people in the small creator space kind of unanimously agree that we're gonna call it underground YouTube because it makes sense. Because there's mainstream YouTube, with the Mr. Beasts and the big creators getting brand deals and stuff like that. And then there's the underground YouTube, which is just creators creating just for the sake of art and just as a hobby. And now the first time I've heard the first instance that I've heard people use the term underground YouTube was from a YouTube channel by the name of Hoku. I think his name was Hoku. Wait, let me check. Hoku. Now he posts. I don't know. I first found his stuff with one of his skateboard videos, because he initially just made old school skateboarding videos, just him vibing with his friends with some chill background music, and that just, wow. And it's not just that, it's the aesthetic of the whole video even, bro. He would just be, I don't know, recording on a camcorder or something, just vibing with his friends, or even recording music, or DJing, bro, that retro, especially with a camcorder, bro, he has that retro, old school, late 2000s YouTube vibe going, and I guess that's what made people gravitate towards his work. And hence why you get people in the comments saying damn, this guy's feeding underground YouTube. Yo, underground YouTube is eating today. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what it's called now. And as a matter of fact, the reason as to why I'm bringing this up is because, YouTube does not feel, of course, as generic as it may sound, YouTube does not feel like a platform to just post art, to just post stuff and people blow up now. Because I guess, considering that YouTube is now not just a social media platform, but a platform to grow your brand, of course people are going to want to use it for the sake of creating or generating wealth from it. Of course, you got the Mr. Beast, you got the Kai Cenat, even though he's a Twitch streamer. Either way, people have tried to take advantage of YouTube's monetization and stuff like that, and so you have a whole rat race instead of a platform that rewards creativity. People doing the same thing, people following the trends just so they could get a piece of that pie. And I cannot blame them. If there was an infinite money glitch that I would want, bro, then I would obviously use it. But I don't know. I guess I don't see it that way. I just like to create for the sake of creating, and hence why I resonate more with this underground YouTube concept. And I feel like recently, right? Okay, I say recently as if it was yesterday, but late 2024, around October of 2024. I just had that thought that especially with the YouTube animation, especially with YouTube Storytime Animation. The reason why I'm bringing up YouTube Storytime Animation was, of course, first of all, I'm an animator, I'm an artist, and also because this is not my first rodeo. This is not my first time on YouTube. I've started out doing Storytime animations back in 2018. Of course, I didn't succeed with it. I'm no success. I'm no Odd Ones Out. I'm no Jaden Animations. But I remember being inspired by these guys that I just wanted to at least try make content on the platform, Storytime Animations and stuff like that. And well, I enjoyed it until eventually I got into more of it. Look, to make a long story short, bro, I just saw how much I just wanted to make money off of it. It's no longer meant doing this for fun. I just wanted to try and get clout as much as I can, and hence why I dipped for a bit and made this instead, and made this channel instead. Now the reason I'm bringing this up is because even the Storytime animators who started off being authentic and stuff like that, they started off, being all, making original content and stuff like that, being authentic, making it just had that vibe. They've made animations in their bedrooms, just having fun. Until of course they blew up. Some made money, some became popular, famous, YouTube famous, and started hiring teams and stuff like that to push out more videos. And I don't want to bash them for them, because good quality content is good quality content, but it just feels like every single one of their uploads has become it feels like an episode on Netflix. If you guys get me, like, they feel like Netflix produced TV shows, and it kind of just takes away from that authenticity that made me gravitate towards them. Alright, okay, admittedly I still watch some of them, but it still doesn't have that vibe. And come to think of it, I feel like I'm not the only one that notices that. Like, I remember from times I would go on to Twitter, and people would always bring up that whole thing. The art one's out, sold out. Why are these animators hiring teams of people just so they can... we want the old Storytime anime. Bro, look, I understand they've made money, and they wanna elevate their skill. They wanna elevate their quality. Look, man, no one wants to downgrade. No one wants to stay the same for so long. But hey, I do get what they're trying to say. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because the reason why I'm bringing this up, right? Going back to this whole underground YouTube concept, is that in late 2024, right? I don't know if it was because of an algorithm. I don't know if it was because of something, but I started getting smaller YouTube channels on my feed, and often those YouTube channels just felt like, the old school YouTube. It felt like the old school YouTube and stuff like that. Though I didn't grow up with old school YouTube, but it just had that vibe. You get people on setting up their face cams, just talking about what they wanted to talk about. Some even having that old school camcorder look on it, just to get the video feel fuzzy or something. And I'm like, dang, this is so cool. Old school YouTube is back. And then eventually I get recommended smaller, new Storytime animators. And keep in mind, I have not received Storytime animators in my feed for like a while, so this was a shock to me. So I start watching these animators, and I'm like, dang, this is amazing to watch. Like, all these new Storytime animators are amazing to watch. Like, you can see they enjoy what they're doing. The heart is still there. These new animators are cool. Okay, let me not give them too much credit. There are some copycats, but still, they are really trying to express themselves and to be as original as they can. And I don't know if I want to shout them out, but legit, the new Storytime animators that I'm enjoying these days, or there's this girl called 27 Navi. Great content. Like, her personality shines throughout the video. Like, she's giving me an old school Jaden Animation vibes without, trying to copy Jaden Animations. Like, she's her own person, but the vibes are still there. Next is Kubrick Alanis. Bro, this guy's flip note animation style, along with his personality, just matches. Like, it clicked. And as a matter of fact, I feel like he's just recently reached, at the time of recording, he recently reached over 100,000 subscribers. Hey man, he's going to the top, bro. He's one of the small. He was one of the small animators that I first watched that is actually growing fast. Next up is a fellow South African animator, Lukisa Art. Like, bro, his videos are funny, bro. Like, his art style and the way he writes the videos, they're pretty cool, bro. Pretty cool. Shout out. Okay, and then there's Kobo Draws. I'm not Kobo Draws. I'm mixing two people up. There's Kobo, who's an Australian animator. He kind of gives me Errol Story vibes, because, you know, I don't know, if you see his stuff. Look, if you're an Errol Story fan and you see Kobo, you can start to see the resemblance. But I still enjoy his video. And then there's Bean Draws. Not much to say about him yet. It's just I like his videos. Very good, very funny. But still, seeing these animators in my feed kind of gave me hope that, hey, people still want to create on YouTube for the sake of creating. Sure, there might be some underlying tones of wanting to become YouTube famous, but they still have that. They still carry that They still carry that love of creating videos or creating, and they just want to put it out there. And that kind of gives me hope, like, hey, this is not just, YouTube is not just a rat race. People still want to create, and it's so good to see. It kind of inspired me more to make this channel, or to at least create. That's why I'm using my time to create as much content as I can. And yeah, just wanted to say that. Okay, it seems like we don't have any callers tonight, and no one was. I guess, I don't know. It was a good episode. You know, good talking. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to ToonFlixZ Radio, and this song right here is gonna sign us off tonight. So take care.